Ladies, gentlemen, this is your wake-up call. Stop being soft. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Stop shrinking yourself to fit in spaces you've outgrown. The world has taught you to be polite, quiet, pretty, and pleasing. But being soft doesn't mean being weak. It means you've been taught to play small, to apologize for your power, to question your own voice. That ends today. Too often, women are taught from a young age to make themselves smaller, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We're told not to be too loud, too bold, too ambitious, or too emotional. We internalize the message that our strength, our voice, and our presence are somehow too much, so we start to apologize, not just with words, but with how we live. We apologize by holding back in meetings, by staying silent when we should speak up, by dimming our light so others can shine. But here's the truth. Your power is not a problem. It's your greatest gift. Every time you say sorry for something you're not truly sorry for, like speaking your mind, setting a boundary, or achieving something great, you chip away at your confidence. You start believing that your strength needs to be hidden or softened to make others comfortable. But the world doesn't need more women who play small. It needs women who stand in their truth with boldness, with pride, and without apology. You weren't born to fit into a mold. You were born to break barriers, challenge norms, and lead with purpose. When you stop apologizing for your power, you shift the energy in every room you walk into. You stop asking for validation. You stop waiting for permission. You start moving with purpose because you finally understand that your voice matters. Your ideas matter, your dreams matter, and most importantly, you matter. Power doesn't mean dominance. It doesn't mean arrogance. It means owning your truth. It means being fully you. Without shrinking, without editing, without asking, is this too much? Being a strong woman is about walking with integrity and knowing your worth so deeply that you refuse to negotiate it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. Authentic power comes from embracing who you are, not just the polished, pretty parts, but the messy, complicated, powerful whole. It's time to stop watering yourself down to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you. If your confidence makes someone uncomfortable, that's not your burden to carry. If your ambition threatens someone's ego, let it. If your boundaries upset people who benefited from your lack of them, let them be upset. You are not here to make everyone happy. You are here to make an impact, and that starts with choosing yourself, unapologetically. The moment you stop apologizing for your power is the moment you become truly free. Free to lead, free to speak, free to create, free to live. You're no longer hiding, hesitating, or holding back. You're moving forward with fire in your heart and conviction in your voice. You become magnetic. People will feel your energy before you say a word. That's what happens when a woman steps fully into her power. So don't shrink, don't soften, don't apologize. Stand tall, speak boldly, and show the world what it means to be a strong, fearless woman. Because the minute you own your power without apology, you give every woman around you permission to do the same. And that, more than anything else, is how real change begins. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience as human beings. It's natural, it's wired into our biology to keep us safe. But while fear can protect us from danger, it can also paralyze us from taking the very steps we need to grow. For many women, fear becomes a silent dictator. It whispers doubts, raises questions, and floods the mind with what-ifs. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? And so we freeze. We overthink. We wait for a sign, a guarantee, or perfect timing that never comes. But here's the truth. Fear is not your enemy. It's your compass. Every powerful woman you admire has felt fear. Every success story is filled with moments of hesitation, insecurity, and uncertainty. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck is not fearlessness. It's action. Fearless doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you feel the fear and do it anyway. That's courage. That's strength. That's power. Waiting for fear to disappear before you move is a trap. Fear doesn't vanish on its own. In fact, the longer you wait, the louder it gets. Your brain will convince you that now is not the time, that you're not ready, that someone else could do it better. And if you believe that voice, you will rob yourself of the life you're capable of living. The only way to silence fear is to move through it step by step, moment by moment, decision by decision. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act in spite of it, the smaller it becomes. Confidence is not built in the absence of fear. It's built in the process of confronting it. Every time you take a bold step, even a small one, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the voice that tells you to hold back. That's how fearless women are made, not through magic, not through luck, but through repeated acts of courage. So start before you're ready. Speak even when your voice shakes. Say yes to the opportunity that scares you. Share your ideas even if they're not perfect. Walk into the room even if you feel like you don't belong. Fear wants to keep you quiet, small, and invisible. But you were not born for that. You were born to shine, to lead, and to stand out. Don't let fear control the direction of your life. Recognize it, name it. Then act anyway, because every time you face fear head on, you build resilience, you learn to trust yourself, and that self-trust becomes your foundation. It becomes the fuel that keeps you moving forward even when things are uncertain, even when people doubt you, even when you're still figuring it out. No one becomes fearless by avoiding fear. You become fearless by facing it, learning from it, and growing through it. You earn that title through sweat, setbacks, and showing up when it would be easier to run away. And once you realize that fear is just a feeling, not a fact, you become unstoppable. This is your moment. The fear you feel is not a stop sign. It's a signal that you're on the edge of growth. So don't wait, don't overthink, don't ask for permission, just go. You don't have to be fearless to be powerful. You just have to move boldly and bravely, even when fear is sitting in the front row. That's what strong, fearless women do. They walk through the fear, and they never look back. One of the most powerful things a woman can learn is how to set boundaries and protect her energy. For too long, women have been taught that their value lies in how much they give, how selfless they are, how available they remain to everyone around them. We're told to be nurturing, accommodating, and agreeable, to always say yes, to always show up, to never make waves. But here's the reality. Being constantly available to others often comes at the cost of being available to yourself. And if you don't protect your own energy, no one else will. Boundaries are not walls. They are not about shutting people out or being cold-hearted. Boundaries are about self-respect. They are a declaration that your time, your mental health, your peace, and your priorities matter. When you set a boundary, you are not being mean. You are being clear. You are saying, this is what I need to stay whole. This is what I will and will not accept. This is how I love myself. Strong women are not afraid to draw the line. They are not afraid to say no. They are not afraid to walk away from people, situations, or habits that drain them, because they understand that their energy is sacred, and they know that when they give too much of themselves to everything and everyone, they end up depleted, resentful, and disconnected from who they really are. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot lead, inspire, or create if you are constantly exhausted and emotionally drained. You are not responsible for everyone else's happiness. You are not obligated to carry the weight of others' expectations. You are allowed to choose yourself. In fact, choosing yourself is often the first step to becoming the woman you are meant to be. It's okay to say no to plans that don't serve you. It's okay to turn off your phone and take time to recharge. It's okay to distance yourself from toxic relationships, even if they're with family. It's okay to create space between you and people who always take but never give. The people who truly love and respect you will honor your boundaries. The ones who don't were never really for you. When you begin setting boundaries, it may feel uncomfortable. You might feel guilty. You might worry about what others will think. That's normal, but discomfort is part of growth. And the more you practice protecting your energy, the easier it becomes. You will start to notice how much lighter you feel, how much more in control you are, and how much more aligned your life becomes with your values and goals. Every time you choose to protect your energy, you send a powerful message to yourself and the world. I matter, my needs matter, my well-being matters. And that message changes everything. It changes the way people treat you. It changes the way you treat yourself. It transforms your relationships, your career, your mental health, and your self-worth. So stop saying yes out of fear. Stop stretching yourself thin to be liked, accepted, or approved of. Stop giving everyone unlimited access to you. You are not a machine. You are a human being with limits, needs, and a purpose that deserves protection. Strong women don't give their energy to everything. They give it to what matters, and when you learn to protect your peace and set boundaries without apology, you become unshakable. You become clear, confident, and completely in control of your life. That's not selfish. That's power. The desire for approval is something almost every woman has felt at some point in her life. It's the need to be liked, to fit in, to be accepted. From a young age, we're taught to seek validation from parents, teachers, friends, partners, even strangers. We grow up believing that our worth is tied to how others see us. So we shape ourselves around their expectations. We silence our voices to keep the peace, and we hide parts of who we are to avoid judgment. But the truth is, the more you rely on external approval, the further you drift from your true self. When you live for approval, you become a prisoner of other people's opinions. Every decision starts to revolve around what others will think. You second-guess your dreams, you water down your ideas, and you become addicted to praise and terrified of criticism. But here's the hard truth. No matter what you do, not everyone will like you. You could be the kindest, most talented, most generous woman in the world, and still, someone will find a reason to disapprove. So why waste your life trying to please everyone? Letting go of the need for approval is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about reclaiming your freedom. It's about choosing authenticity over acceptance, truth over popularity, and purpose over pleasing. When you no longer need people to agree with you, understand you, or validate you, you become powerful. You stop living for the crowd and start living for your calling. A strong, fearless woman knows that being respected is far more important than being liked. Respect is rooted in strength, consistency, and self-worth. It means people may not always agree with you, but they see your value, your clarity, and your courage. Being liked often comes from saying what people want to hear. Being respected comes from saying what needs to be said, even when it's uncomfortable. When you chase approval, you're constantly bending, shifting, and molding yourself to fit into boxes that were never meant for you. You lose touch with what you truly want, what you truly believe, and who you truly are. But the moment you stop chasing approval, you start living a life that feels real. You speak with conviction, you act with intention, you make choices based on your values, not someone else's expectations. It takes courage to let go of the need to be liked. It means some people may walk away. It means you might face judgment or disapproval. But it also means you'll attract people who love and respect the real you. It means you'll build a life that aligns with your soul, not someone else's version of success. There will always be people who misunderstand you. There will always be those who criticize your path because it challenges their comfort zone. But that's not your problem. You weren't put on this earth to be acceptable. You were put here to be exceptional. And exceptional women don't waste their power trying to win over people who were never meant to understand them. So stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for applause. Stop changing who you are just to keep others happy. Your value does not increase with someone's approval, and it does not decrease with their rejection. You are enough exactly as you are. When you let go of the need for approval, you gain something far more valuable: inner peace, self-respect, and a life built on authenticity. And once you feel that freedom, you'll never go back. Because the most fearless women are not the ones who are loved by everyone. They are the ones who love themselves enough to live without needing it. Pain is a part of life that no one can escape. Every woman has faced it. whether it's heartbreak, betrayal, failure, trauma, loss, or rejection. It's the kind of pain that cuts deep, that changes how you see yourself and the world. And for many, that pain becomes a cage. It holds them back. It whispers lies that they are broken, unworthy, or incapable of rising. But what if that pain wasn't meant to imprison you? What if it was meant to shape you into something stronger? You have a choice with pain. You can either let it define you, or you can let it refine you. You can stay stuck in the story of what hurt you, or you can use it as fuel to create something greater. The strongest, most fearless women are not those who have had an easy life. They are the ones who have faced unimaginable challenges and still chose to rise. They turned their wounds into wisdom and their heartbreak into purpose. Pain can break you down or it can build you up, but that decision is yours. The world wants you to believe that you're weak because of your past, but the truth is, your past is what makes you powerful. You've already survived things you once thought would destroy you. That's not weakness, that's strength, that's resilience, that's proof that you have what it takes to overcome whatever comes next. Your story may be messy, but it's also meaningful. Every scar you carry is a reminder that you fought through something and you're still here. Stop hiding those scars. Stop pretending to be untouched by life. Own your story, because in your pain lies your power. In your darkest moments, your character was forged. In your hardest trials, your voice was born. Too often, women try to move forward by erasing the past, but you don't have to forget it. You just have to stop letting it control you. Use your pain as a mirror to reflect how far you've come, not as chains that keep you bound. Let it fuel your passion. Let it drive your growth. Let it push you to become someone you never thought possible. When you transform pain into purpose, everything changes. You no longer see yourself as a victim. You see yourself as a warrior. You realize that nothing was wasted. Every tear, every breakdown, every sleepless night led you to the strength you now carry. And with that strength, you can help others. You can speak the truth. You can lead with empathy. You can change the world, one bold step at a time. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to grieve, but don't build a home in your pain. Don't let it be the reason you settle, stay small, or stop believing. You are not meant to live in survival mode forever. You are meant to thrive. You are meant to rise, not in spite of your pain, but because of it. So stand tall. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not soft. You are rising from the fire. And the next time life tries to knock you down, remember, you've been through worse, and you've come out stronger every time. Let that pain remind you of who you are and what you're capable of, because fearless women don't run from pain. They rise with it and they use it to light the world on fire. Here is a powerful and emotionally resonant conclusion to your speech. You were not born to live a small, quiet life. You were born to rise, to stand boldly in your truth, to own your strength, and to walk through fear with courage in your heart. The world doesn't need more women who apologize for who they are. It needs women who are done being soft when the moment calls for strength, done hiding when their voice is needed, and done breaking themselves just to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You have everything inside you to be a strong, fearless woman. Not because you've never been broken, but because you've put yourself back together. Not because you've had it easy, but because you've fought for every inch of the woman you're becoming. Your power, your voice, your vision, they're all real. And they're waiting for you to stop doubting and start deciding. Decide to live without apology. Decide to protect your peace. Decide to take action even when fear grips you. Decide to stop looking for approval and start living for purpose. And most of all, decide to never again let pain hold you back. Let it fuel you. Because once you stop being soft in the face of life's challenges and start owning the warrior you are, there is nothing that can stop you. Your time is now. Be bold, be brave, be unapologetically you. The world is waiting for the woman who finally chooses herself.